Maserati teaming up with Ferrari to bring us what we have at Maserati at Tampa, the 2022 Maserati Modena S in your Bianca. This is a twin-turbo V8 with the Nerissimo exterior characteristic. What that means is you're going to get some black badges. The S is going to be in silver, traditional 3 drill ports on the quarter panel. Inside, full luxury with your natural drilled leather, room for 5, cargo, towing. The sexy SUV gets 3 power/trim options for the year, going after rivals like your Audi SQ8, your BMW X5M, your Porsche Cayenne GTS, Mercedes AMG GLE 63S. The difference between all of them, this is elegance from Italy, backing performance, interior space. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The new Maserati Levante Modena S is the sweet spot for the brand because you're getting Ferrari twin-turbo powered V8 with clearance with the Skyactiv suspension, 8 inches. That's going to be better than all of its rivals. It's not going to be the widest, but it has a sleek stance with the long hood that gives that iconic Maserati styling. Full LED matrix headlamps. It's 15 LEDs operating at full beam. It's a clever turning system whenever you're going into corners or just in your daily drive. It also adapts to road users ahead of you, so it will lower the beam if it is on the high beams. I like how it flows into your Maserati active grille that brushes into the lower air curtain. Everything on the lower bit is going to be opened up for that big V8 twin turbo engine. The fog lamp sets a different image for the brand because you don't get that in the Ghibli or the Quattroporte. Because we have the Nerissimo characteristic, you're going to see it throughout. On the side, we get the gloss black on the side view mirror caps, the Modena blacked out, your roof rails blacked out, the side windows, and your badging. Going into your lower roof spoiler, very aggressive layout that brushes, pushing the Maserati badging LED tail lamps. The lower bit, gonna get the matte black with the grille pattern around your quad exhaust outlets. And I like the traditional Maserati styling that they're doing. Up front, we got upgraded 21-inch wheels. These are staggered Antio black with the red brake calipers behind it, housing 6 pistons for the front, 4 pistons in the rear. The disc reading up front at 13.6 inches. Obviously, it's ventilated. The rear at 13 inches. Brembo spec, you don't need to worry about stopping. You got the coupe style, 197 inches long, and this is not going to be the longest in class. It's going to be shorter than most of the rivals with a wheelbase at 118.3 inches, similar to the Audi SQ8, but the main difference, weight distribution at 51.2 to 48.2, Q4 intelligent all-wheel drive with active torque control, limited slip differential, which is 100% rear bias to a 50-50 front to rear ratio in 150 milliseconds. What you're not going to get in any of the rivals resembles the Gran Turismo for the rear, towing nearly 6,000 pounds, which is going to be better than the BMW X5M. Going inside to your kick to open or push, power tailgate, either way. Cargo starting at 20.5 cubic feet. We have a 12 volt and we have an area that you can put some bottles and you can rotate that. Underneath the floor, we got some storage. Pick that up, we have a spare tire. The rear bench split folds at a 60-40 split with a pass-through, maxing the cargo to 57.4 cubic feet. Now, this is not going to be the best when we're comparing it to the rivals, but they're also longer than this one. Ferrari powered twin turbo V8. So all this talking, let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Maserati Levante Modena S, with that exhaust note that you give, Ferrari powered, it sets itself in a different class, and it backs the performance with a 3.8 liter twin turbo V8 producing 550 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque that's paired to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, achieving 13 to 20 mpgs with a 0 to 60 around 4 seconds, quarter mile around 12.1 seconds, a top speed at over 180 miles per hour. When you're thinking about these numbers and the price point of what you're getting in a total package, this is 0.1 seconds slower than an Audi RS Q8. So it just shows you what you're getting as value because it puts itself almost in another class. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2022 Maserati Levante Modena S as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test. Entering inside the Maserati Modena S, soft closed doors, frameless windows, 40 inches of headroom, 44 inches of legroom, and sports bucket front seats in the Rosa with Nero contrast stitching, 12-way power adjustment. They're heated, ventilated. I like the luxury that they bring, tailoring it on both sides for the passenger and driver for a long journey. Piano black wood with the silver underneath it. You got the silver on the air vents, and it's going to be on the top of the air vents and your infotainment screen. You have the analog clock, which is traditional for Maserati, contrast stitching in the Nero, and I like the two-tone look that it has. On the driver's side, they do the same functionality with the chrome around the air vent. Dual climate control settings, open up this, and we have a storage pocket with a wireless charging pad, USB port, and your SD card, the gear lever. You have your sport mode, ice, off-road, and to raise and lower the suspension. Open up in here and you have two cup holders that can fit a 20-ounce, 8.4-inch MIA Maserati Intelligent Assist with navigation. So we have the pinch, we got the swipe, click into the home button so you can see all the apps we have. It's going to put you in two wedges, which you would just click onto it and it will blow it up for full screen. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, HD Radio, AM, FM, Sirius XM. Click into your apps. Here's all the applications in which we have. Wi-Fi hotspot, over-the-air updates, switch it to reverse. We have full trajectory. It is a 360-degree reverse camera, and then you have 4 different camera views that you could do here. It's going to be soft for your elbows. Open up inside, and you're going to get ventilated cup holders with 120-volt Maserati sports steering wheel, 3-spoke multi-function, the silver that comes right in to your Maserati Trident badging, metal paddle shifters that are on the steering column, the gauge cluster that can go through an array of information for the driver, so you have all your settings in the vehicle information here. For the door panels, soft materials everywhere. You get the piano black wood with the Rosa red and the Nero contrast stitching, one touch up and down for all your windows. Soft for your elbows, Bauer & Wilkins upgraded sound system, and memory for the driver. The storage pocket is pretty deep, it's just not so long. On a large panel moonroof that goes all the way to the back seats. Let's see how I look back there. For the back seats, I'm at 36 inches of headroom, 32 inches of legroom. The seats in this is very plush. I would compare this to at least a $10,000 overprice on any Mercedes-Benz. If you're comparing it to Audi and Porsche, it's going to be more firm. This is going to be more breathable. Elbows are going to be nice and soft. The 16.9 ounce fits kind of snug. A 20 will be max. You have your 2 USB ports, a 12-volt, and air vents in the center. Storage behind both of the front seats. The floor is not completely flat. The pano does come to pretty much right where my head is. It isn't as wide, but it's also a sleek coupe style for the rear. Back door panel has the same pattern design as the front with the Nero stitching, one touch up and down, soft where you rest your elbows, Bauer & Wilkins upgraded sound system, the heated seat switch, and your storage pocket. Because I've reclined the seat, headroom is not necessarily an issue. Legroom, I'm pretty much against the back of the front seats in the position that I'd be sitting. I am blocking the central air vents and charging port, sharing feet, butt and shoulder space because it's not so wide in the interior. The nice thing is they have these side pockets for the driver and passenger, so that way I can put my cell phone, or if I need to put a bottle, I can do it right there. Obviously, sitting on the sides is going to be more ideal. You do typically sit like this if you really want to maximize your cargo space, but I've reclined it as far back so that way it's more comfortable and relaxing, especially for the performance you're about to see. Taking the 2022 Maserati Levante Modena S out on a test drive. The best part about this vehicle is it is the sweet spot for the Levante. You would have to spend at least $40,000 to near $50,000 more to increase to the Trofeo, and you're getting 30 more horsepower. Top speed, about 6 miles faster. If that means a lot to you, then go for it by all means. But what you're getting with this is beyond measures, because you're saving the money. You can buy your everyday vehicle and you can just park this in the garage. Comparing this against the Porsche Cayenne GTS, the reason why I say the GTS, because of the price point. This one is about $7,000 to $10,000 more MSRP. However, it is faster in the 0 to 60, faster in the top speed. Even if you go up to the turbo, it's faster in the top speed. It's going to be about couple tenths of a second slower 0 to 60, and that one would escalate to about $5,000 to $10,000 more again. So a sweet spot is what you're getting. BMW X5M, I mean, a couple tenths of a second is not a big deal for what you're getting with Ferrari performance. 1.1 seconds slower than an Audi RS Q8, which is a lot more money than this. You're talking $20,000 to $30,000 more. As for the clearance, you can go over any type of terrain, more or less. Obviously, don't go crazy, but you could do some off-roading if you needed to. I just don't know if I'd recommend it with this. Going over speed bumps, I have it in just regular everyday mode. You're gonna feel some of them because these are a staggered wheel setup, 21-inch wheels. There's really no way around that. But for the visibility, you get the long hood, so you have the iconic Maserati style, and it's a coupe feel. So it actually feels like a raised up sports car in an SUV. So I like that you're getting the best of both worlds with towing nearly 6,000 pounds, which is better than BMW. A 0 to 60 in the 4-second margin. It is super quick with a top speed over 180 miles per hour. So we're gonna start off with regular mode, and you get a little touch of that Ferrari exhaust. The dampers, they sealed it up very good for the interior, all dual pane windows. Maserati threw out every piece of luxury, even in the seats. I mean, for a long journey, super soft. We got it in sport mode. We're gonna see. There we go. It filters in so smooth. I like the sound of a Ferrari engine. It's not the widest vehicle either, so moving in and out, great for maneuverability. You're gonna be lower to the ground with the sport mode on. Now there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this Modena S. The 3 things that I like is how Maserati keeps the traditional styling for their emblems on the side of the vehicle. Nowadays, BMW is starting to copy it with their X series. The second thing that I like about the vehicle is the positioning that you sit in it. You don't feel over the top, but you can see over anything in the front. You have the maneuverability because it's a near 50-50 weight distribution. The last thing that I like about it is you have towing capacity, you have cargo space. This is not the longest, so don't forget that. And you have interior space for someone 6'3" to fit in all areas. If you need to, you can stop on a dime. Turn radius, we're gonna first turn it into sport mode, is about 2 lanes, give or take, and give her some go. She screams when she gets up to speed. 3 things that I dislike about the vehicle. The sound system, whether you upgrade it or not, it's not going to be the best in class. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicle is the soft closed doors is not standard. Bringing me to the last thing that I dislike, we don't have any massage seats. You get this in the rivals. This is Ferrari-derived V8 twin-turbo engine. It would have been awesome to have that because then you would have got the total bang for your buck. But as it sits, I mean, this is something that I would drive every single day. I would keep it in sport mode. It's crazy what's housed underneath this bad boy. Everyday use, it ticks the box. I'd like to thank Maserati Tampa for giving us this 2022 Maserati Levante Modena S for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, what are you waiting for? Click the next video, the subscribe button, check out the details, merchandise, and website, everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.